I think probably one of the biggest misconceptions about effectively treating trauma in therapy is that you have to talk about the singular events, as we call them, the traumatic events. For some reason, the therapy world has fallen into thinking that in order to effectively deal with trauma or work through trauma, you have to spend a lot of time hashing through the traumatic events. I disagree. I think this is a major, major myth. I have been able to help a lot of people at least improve the trauma symptoms. That doesn't necessarily mean resolving the trauma entirely, right? That takes time. It's difficult. It's challenging, but I've seen a lot of people's trauma symptoms improve, and in probably 95% of those cases, we haven't spent hardly any time at all talking about the specifics of the traumatic events. I think this is nonsense. I don't think that we have to talk about the traumatic events in order to help people improve their trauma symptoms. Therapy should not be a traumatizing event in itself. Uh, People should not feel like they are forced to tell gory details to a stranger or someone that they just don't know that well or not sure that they trust in order to get better from that. In fact, I believe that in most cases, trauma should be handled with the utmost caution and care. If you're not respectful of the way that you process trauma, it can cause you to break down even further, which is why I refuse to force people to do it. If they want to do it and they feel the need to, and they've made that decision for themselves, then I'll be there to listen to them. But I've never, ever, ever tried to force or encourage people to talk about stuff that is just too intense. And still, I've seen a lot of people make improvements with their trauma symptoms. Specifically, trauma focused CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, trauma focused cognitive behavioral therapy, and internal family systems are two of my major go tos. But I've also found a lot of value recently in self compassion. Self compassion for me is turning into this whole other thing. The more I explore it, the more I use it with my clients, the more I realize how impactful the self compassion can actually be and ought to be used and incorporated in really virtually any type of therapy that's done. And so, if you want more information about self compassion, super good stuff, very important, very powerful, very impactful on your healing journey. So, subscribe, stay tuned.